Is the Behringer C1 still the best budget condenser microphone? Let's find out in this video. So I've owned the Behringer C1 for over a year now, and I got this microphone because I wanted a decent quality condenser microphone, and I was not disappointed when I got this microphone. I was actually really surprised with how good it was for the price. Coming in at about 50 to 60 Australian dollars, this thing is a pretty good bargain. There have been some microphones that came out in the past year, but I still don't think any of them top this microphone for value. But I'll get into all that later. But let's begin with what you get in the box and how good the sound quality is. So firstly, the box you get is a nice plastic case, and it's pretty solid. It has foam inside to protect the microphone. And yeah, in general, it's just really nice. Inside that box, you have the microphone sitting nicely in its place, and then you have yourself the mount that you can see me using right here, this plastic mount that screws onto the bottom of the microphone. And other than that, that's basically all you get in the box. I'm pretty happy with that. The case is really nice, and you could easily use it to carry around the microphone. And the mount it has is also quite nice as well, and it allows the microphone to have quite a nice range of movement. Now, it doesn't really have any shock absorption, so if I do hit the boom arm, then you do hear it, but it's not that bad compared to other microphones. Now, this microphone comes in two variants. There's the C1U, which is a USB version, and then there's the C1. I have the C1. I think USB microphones are a bit overrated by a lot of people. I think XLR is the way to go, because once you get yourself an interface and an XLR cable, you can always upgrade your mic without spending a lot of money just for the USB feature for each individual microphone. Also, XLR microphones in the higher end are much better quality than USB microphones. So this microphone has an XLR port at the bottom of the mic. On this side here, you have yourself a nice grill. It's made out of metal. Just the only part that's plastic on this microphone is the part that sort of goes around the grill. That's plastic, but it's still good quality in general and feels solid. Has a nice weight in the hand as well. I actually usually use this microphone with a pop filter, but I took it off for this video just so you get the raw sound, how it is straight out of the box. But it does actually have some foam protecting the capsule from plosives compared to something like the Behringer B1, which requires the use of some sort of a pop filter because there is literally no foam covering it. Of course, you can do what I did and put some foam in yourself. Now, how does this microphone compare to other microphones in a similar price gap? Well, I have made several videos comparing this microphone to many other microphones. I'm not actually going to pull out all the different microphones. I'll just tell you basically the summary. This microphone basically punches well above its price. Now, this is subjective, but I think it sounds probably a little bit better than the Behringer XM8500, but it really depends on what sound you're looking for. For my voice, a condenser microphone sounds a lot better than something like the XM8500, which sort of bluntens it down a little bit. It's not really my favorite sounding microphone for my voice, but I've heard a lot of other people talk into it, and that thing sounds phenomenal. So it's really down to your voice, and I'd say that the Behringer C1 is probably a better purchase than the XM8500 if you don't end up getting yourself a faulty one, because these have quite a lot of faulty ones I've seen. In the comments on my first video, basically I got a handful of people telling me that when they bought theirs, there's like sort of noisy sound to it, like a really noisy sound. And I had a look into it, and yes, there are some people who do get that. And I've seen a demonstration on YouTube of how it sounds, and it sounds pretty horrible. But if that does happen to you, just send it back to Behringer and you'll be fine. Reliability-wise, the C1 isn't extremely reliable, just because it's a condenser microphone. All condenser microphones are a lot less reliable than a dynamic microphone because of how the condenser is very easily damaged through sort of dropping and stuff like that, while dynamic mics don't get affected by that. So in general, against all the microphones that I've compared this microphone to, this one has really shown phenomenal sound quality for the price. Against the B1 even, which costs double the price of this microphone, if not more, the sound quality was pretty similar to the point where I had to really listen to the audio many times to hear the difference. The Behringer B1 did have like a bit more of a nice, warm, sort of well-rounded sound. This thing is still a little bit harsher, but it's such a small difference that most people wouldn't notice anyway, and that just shows how much this microphone punches well above its price bracket. Now, I've gotten a lot of comments about this microphone versus the Audio-Technica 2020 and all those type of microphones. Well, to be honest, I haven't compared them personally, but I can basically just tell you that this microphone won't disappoint you when you get it. you won't be disappointed that you didn't get yourself an Audio-Technica or whatever, because the sound quality out of this microphone is really, really good. There's no point in really getting an Audio-Technica because they cost a lot more and the sound quality will be very similar. So I would just like to say, for me, over the past year or so, this microphone has held up extremely well. I've had no problems with it. None of those problems with like the popping and crackling in the audio or anything like that. So mine was not faulty and it's been going strong. And same with the build quality. The build quality is holding up really well as well. I've dropped it a few times and stuff like that by accident when I'm putting it up on the shelf or something, because I'm swapping between microphones, and it fell down quite a few times and it still holds up really well. So these microphones are durable, and you can tell that when you actually lift the microphone in your hand. It really has a solid feel to it. So hopefully this video helped you out in making a decision if you should pick up this microphone or not. I still think it's a phenomenal microphone in 2022, and I definitely recommend it any day of the week. So with that all out the way, if you did enjoy the video, drop a like on the video. If you didn't, drop a dislike on the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.